Well, it is an absolutely gorgeous morning. Try to keep the barge in the background for you guys. I know that's not something everybody sees every day. Today's going to be a very interesting day. We are going to start the tongue and groove ceiling in the great room. We're going to do some interesting things to it to make this great room really pop. But it also, as we all know, has the potential to be nowhere near square, nowhere near straight, and nowhere near anything accurate. So it's going to make for an interesting day. But let's get in here, let's check it out, see what we've got done so far, and see how we're going to do this. So as you can see, we have our 2x4 strapping, purlins, girders, whatever the heck you guys want to call them. We have all of those in place. I highly doubt we get one entire section done in a day, but we are going to get started probably in this corner. And as you can see, the top side, we've got our 3 lights in and the bottom, I should say. We got our 3 lights in and the bottom, and then as you can see in the top side, we've got our 3 lights in and all of our purlins, girders, strapping, again, whatever the heck you want to call it. We've got one left on this back side, but we have to put that purlin directly plumb with the rock wall and then bring down some downriggers, if you will, to close off that gap on top of the actual rock wall. But the tongue and groove ceiling will run perpendicular to these girders or parallel with the original rafters. And we have 8-inch tongue and groove. And the product that we're going to use to seal this tongue and groove is from a recommendation on YouTube. And that is going to be Varathane Ultimate Polyurethane Semi-Gloss. So I didn't want this ceiling to be exceptionally shiny. And you guys will understand that and the reasons why shortly once we show you our actual process. As you can see from the very quick tour of what we're going to do, we've got several tables in here staged with our tools and our supplies on it. So as soon as Eric gets here, we're going to get all of this moved to the center of the room. We do have scaffolding with casters on it. The casters are brand new, just got those the other day, because I thought it would be way easier to roll the scaffolding around on this floor that's going to be the finished floor once this place is completely done, instead of picking up that scaffolding because it didn't have casters before. So I'm going to start moving some of this stuff, and then we'll get the outside set up for our process that we're going to do out there. Once we get all this set up, I'll show you guys how we're going to make this great room pop. So we finally got her set up. We got the great room cleared out. Eric's going to clear coat here. I'm going to do this process here. You guys will get to see that unfold firsthand. But the thought process here is we're going right in those doors to install the tongue and groove. These boards are long enough, I believe, that they will reach the porch. We haven't confirmed that yet, have we? So I'm going to burn the boards. Eric's going to transfer them over as I get them burnt, get them clear coated. The sun's going to help dry them a little bit quicker. And then we're going to stand them up here as he gets them clear coated, so then we can just grab them from the porch and suck them up inside, get them cut, get them installed. You ready for this? Let's get it. Let's get it. we go any further, we're gonna go over here, clear coat one. I think that looks pretty awesome. But we're gonna go over here, we're gonna clear coat one with Eric and see what the, you already got one done?
Yeah.
Well, shoot, I can go over here and check it out. All right. And all we're looking for is a good coat because the burning seals it. Realistically, it seals it, but we want to make sure that it doesn't ever look. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's really, really, really making it look good.
Oh, yeah.
I could probably go a little bit lighter burn. Each board's going to burn totally different, but I think I could go a little bit lighter burn.
Good. Yeah. I don't know. I like you could, or you could.
But that looks good.
Contrast it through the board itself, put lighter and darker spots.
Well, I don't want it to look like a cheetah.
Yeah, you don't have
Trying to get a consistent. That looks pretty good. Looks a lot better after it's clear coated. Huh? Yeah, I'll know that one edge. Oh yeah. That's gonna look awesome on the ceiling. So we're gonna continue this process. Eric's gonna transfer all 4 of these boards over so he can clear coat several at a time. I'm gonna grab more boards and keep this burning process going. We're starting to get the process down. Starting to get quicker and more consistent. Less dark spots, more consistency. A little sappy on that one. boards. We made 44. And what I don't want to do is get too many boards out here in the sun above and beyond what we need, because they'll start to bow and it's only going to make it even harder to install them. But as you can see, the sun is drying these off beautifully, and I'm here to tell you, this is my personal opinion, and I guess that's really all that matters, but by golly, that's going to be pretty on a ceiling. Really, really pretty. Well, Eric's got a few to clear coat. I'm going to go up and start taking some dimensions, because I want to make sure our very first board is square, even if we have to cut the board unsquare. So if you start unsquare, it's going to be a pain in the butt the rest of the way. Whereas if I start square, we can bump and run. Well, we got our first board up. I forgot to record it, but we were full width at the top, and I had to cut off 2.5 inches at the bottom, because this wall is headed that direction throughout from end to end. So now we have a nice straight square to the front wall board. Eric's gonna cut our boards here right now. Our I-beam that is wrapped, yeah, we've got to replace some drywall there, but we have 110 from front to back as our dimension, and it's pretty consistent. So Eric's gonna cut 2. I'm gonna get those installed, and then we're gonna make sure that 110 still works a little bit further out and confirm we are still running square. So now it's time to cut and install. Okay. Yep. They'll get used. That's what I'm saying. It'll be a nice accent for somewhere. Wow, that's a tight groove. Yep. I only got one wheel locked. Yeah, I can tell. Let me lock this back one. No, not yet. I prefer you not. So our first gimbal light fell right in the center of a board, the other bracket. Yeah, no, that's right one. That's right one. This light has ended up to where it's not quite half. It's close, but not quite. So what I did was I cut the center, because that's a 4-inch center hole for a 4-inch light, and then the bigger one is a 6-inch. So I'm using that as my template. So I got my dimension up from the drywall, which is the center of the light here. And then I got my dimension, oh, I should say the center of the light here. And then I got my dimension for that center of the light. So now that I explained that to you guys, that's marked incorrectly, and I'm glad I said it, because that's actually the bottom of my circle, not the top of my circle. I need to change this dimension, because I did measure to here. I need to measure to here, this center, which would give me center this way and center this way, and I can put that little nipple right there, right on that, because that's also the center of this circle. So we're gonna get this changed up. It needs to come up. I'm gonna cut it out, and then we'll put the board in. Now we have our mark in the right spot. Line up my little nipple right there on that thing. Trace the outside of our circle, half circle maybe is what I should say. Oops. When we cut this out, we're just going to use a jigsaw for this since it's not a full circle. I can't really use a hole saw for that. That'd be a pain in the butt. High speed. And I do cut outside of my line. I cut the line completely out because I know that that template is tight. We don't need it to be tight. So I actually have to shove it up in over here, get around the HVAC system. Well, I'll just have you guys put this board in with me because it's going to be so much fun. This side over here, I'm just tucking it on top of the drywall. We might find out we need to trim it down some. I better quit using my hand for that. It's getting sore. Not yet, Bob. I'll chuck that 2x4 edge here. Where did you going? That. Well, that's going to be difficult to nail. Missed. There I go, using my hand again. Cutouts in the exact right spot, so that's good. Now just got to figure out how to get the rest of that. It's not far. It's far enough that I don't like it. We're going to throw a screw in right here. Give us a good pressure point. Now run these screws in the thickness of this board so that I don't have to remove them. They can stay in there forever.
What'd you make there? Good pressure point. I mean,
Pressure point.
I mean, leverage point.
Same difference, leverage and pressure. The leverage is allowing for pressure. Right there. Looking good. I can tell you I don't like my brake, and I don't know if it's because it's been so long since it's been used, but that tip right there jams up on me. Well, there's no reason to put the light in yet. We got to cut the other board, so we're going to do that one more time, put you guys back on time lapse here. Maybe by the end of the day here we'll get past the last light so there's no more cuts. do that. I can put this board up without any help. As long as I don't kill myself getting here. Well, I'm gonna let you guys put the last board of the day. We do still have about 6 feet, but storms rolled in. And I really don't want to get this pine out of the dry basement and put it in the wet outside to burn and clear coat. Plus it's already going on 5 o'clock, I think it is. So we're gonna put this last board up and we're gonna call it a day. Was really hoping to get this entire side done so when I come back, I could have got that side going, but that's all right. Here we are. Such is life. And hopefully this board isn't nearly as bowed as the last board, because that one kind of sucked. I will say this tongue and groove from Kentucky Lumber is, hey, pretty good product. I guess I need to remove that board before I can, from prying on the last one before I can put this one up, huh? Tongue and groove from Kentucky Lumber. It's some really good stuff. I've only had literally one board that was bowed like a banana. Every other board was just off a little bit, which is not abnormal for tongue and groove, and most of the time you gotta pry around on it and force it just a little bit to make it fit the way you want it to fit. I gotta quit using my hand. That hurts. My hand's gonna be so sore tomorrow. Trying to get in a hurry to get out of here. Take your time, do it right. Doesn't want to go right there. We're going to persuade it. Ha! Take that. Now hopefully I can tap this top side without that bottom side running out on me. So far, so good. Looks like we're about to nail the bottom and pry the top. I don't like this nailer at all. Wish I had never bought it. But I did. The main thing I don't like about it is you load it from the bottom and you gotta hope it.
Did that come with the whole group that you bought?
It did. Kind of in the kit. I can tell you right now, I do not recommend the DeWalt 18 gauge Brad Deller DWFP 1838. Don't buy it. You'll hate it. Good to hear. I think that rafter's just far enough over I'm not going to be able to use my cheater 2x4. Yep. I don't think I can put a screw in the top. I think I might have to put it. Let's try it. That's where I prefer it. Right at the furthest point out. There's a gap right there in my purlin that was here from the previous owner. Hard part is got a rafter right above it. That's gonna make it difficult. I better have everything, because once I get it there, I better nail that crap. Come on, hammer, put in there. Yeah, it just comes out of the 2x4. Put another screw minute, Matt. Of course, the last board's just right at the end of it, Dad. Right at the end.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly. Boy, that's gonna be hard to nail once I get it fried too. Because of this stupid nail gun. The tip is too particular is the problem. Like you gotta have that sucker just right, or it's not gonna work. I'm about to face nail that a little bit. Don't like doing that, but that's what we gotta do on this one. Well, there you have it. 3/4, if not 7/8 of the burnt and clear coated tongue and groove pine ceiling in the great room. I think it's gorgeous. My goodness gracious, that looks awesome. But that is today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hey, it looks like the rain stopped. Oh, but there's more clouds rolling in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and as always, like, comment, subscribe, turn those notifications on, and don't forget to share away.